Welcome back to the Ancient Ruins, and today we are going to continue our journey through Core of Discovery, a game set in the world of Manifest Destiny. I haven't touched this game since the training mission, so I'm very excited / nervous about how this episode is going to go. I do have the rulebook just over there because there are some changes, there are some new things. There's a weird black mushroom on my board. That's nice. And we are going to have a brief look into everything before we begin with this. Is big. Is no longer small. Is now big. And we've got a coin. Don't know what that's for. Anyway, this is going to be a longer episode than we normally put out. So if you are in it for the long haul, hail to the meeple. Pause this episode right now and go get some snacks, a drink, have a wee-wee, and come back and get comfortable. And then we'll begin. Did you go for a wee-wee? Okay, I believe you. Okay, this once. Right. So, Chapter 1, Fauna. Map 1001. Which is scary because it sounds as though there could be thousands of them. And I've got like 20 of them. We are going to have a quick look at the rule set. They are very similar to the training ones. So some of our algebra on meth, sudoku on crack is still relevant. But here's one I prepared earlier. Huata is still next to sticks. Good. So we know what that is, and we can kind of build a little pattern like we did in training. But food is, let's go back. Water is always orthogonally next to a stick. Food is always diagonally next to a teepee. A teepee is always orthogonally or diagonally next to a skull. And skulls are pricks. Vines still are in a row where a rock is. There is only one stick per row or column, and I yet again did them the wrong way around. Mud will always be orthogonally adjacent to water and a rock. Rocks are all connected, not on the edge, so not in these spaces at all, and we can't pass through them, so they are like hitting a brick wall. Skulls do have different resources. I think, I'm trying to remember this one. They have a different resource on every orthogonal side. So you will not get a same resource. If there's a stick in A, you will not get a stick in B, C, or D. You will get a different resource. There must be a reason why that is specified so much in detail in the rules, but my brain can't figure it yet. And if we do find a skull, we unveil a prick. I've left space for a discard because there's many of them. We've got to kill 3 of them. Right, this thing, the big mushroom, if we get that space, it means we can build a shelter and not have fatigue penalty. So we want that as soon as possible. And to do that, we have to pick 2, which is down here, which is not on here, which makes it a little bit worse. We have to pick 2 of wood, mud, or skull. You cannot have 2 of the same. They'll have to be 2 different. If we do that, we no longer get a fatigue bonus. Deficit, impact, penalty. That's the word. So we do want to get that done as soon as possible. A TP allows us to trade 1 resource or water for anything else. So we can trade 1 wood for 1 wood, because 1 wood is worth 1 wood. Trust the wood, it will lead the way. The fields will tell us how many. The fields will tell us how many forts are in the row and the column. Again, the wrong way around. And the fort itself will tell us a thing that we haven't revealed. So behind this cardboard nonsense is some extra rules, which I haven't looked at. We don't know. But when we get to a fort, the rule applies and we get a how to kill a minotaur, which henceforth will be called how to kill a prick. So we're going to do that. If we do a full column, yes. Learning, we get a destiny card. If we do a full row, we get to discard a threat card and draw a new threat card. It could be good, but discard does not mean kill, and we do have to kill the pricks. Right, I'm going to put this to one side. It may come back, but try and remember all that algebra meth that I've just thrown into your face. Be gone. Okay, I'm ready. I've got a drink. I've got some rules. I've got a load of tokens that are still in the board. I assume they're going to be relevant. Oh no, there's so many Minotaurs. And we will reveal, hopefully, this is going to work. Yep, we've still got the board in there. Cool. Right, secret board goes away. That white bit of cardboard. In fact, let me show you. This white bit of cardboard, I thought was a packing mistake. This is an integral part of the game. Oh no, it's gone wrong. It's gone wrong. I can see things. I can see things. We need to lift and slide. Lift and slide. Okay, if you saw things, stop cheating. I did not see things. Let's try and get this boy back in. Boy's in enough. Okay, if this is how bad it is when I'm recording by myself, imagine how the live streams are going to be. Anyway, right, goal, kill 3 Minotaurs. Peak is B3. Now, I did get this wrong in the training, and thank you to the publishers for correcting me. You put a rock onto the peak, and it is a resource you can have. It just indicates where the rocks are. Right, so alpha, numerical, A, B, 1, 2, 3, peak. Okay, we start in column 7, and there is at least 3 of each terrain. Sure. I don't know what that means. I assume that means there's at least 3 water, wood, food, teepees. Are you a terrain? I assume you're a terrain. Mood, skulls, etc. We have approached the arch because this is the one that we always use first. Always, always, always. We've got to find a stick and we get some food. If we don't find a stick, we get some food. And then we lose some water. But we've just got to keep playing until we kill 3 Minotaurs. So this is a bit different because we're going to need food at the end of every day. A row. Now, there is a scoring system about how many somethings you have at the end of something, and we will look into that at the end if we survive and see how well we did if we're not dead. If we're dead, it doesn't matter. That being said, we get to start in this column. Our secret rule is that next to a fort is always going to be a teepee and a stick. They will always be in that order, but they can be rotated 90 degrees. Okay? So they will always be in that kind of thing. So let's say this, let's use the peak as an example. There could be a teepee here and a stick here, or a teepee here and a stick here, or a teepee here and a stick there, and so on and so forth. It will move around in that way. It cannot be flipped. It can just be rotated. Brilliant. I kind of understand what we're doing. Famous last words. But if we are ready, and I think we might be, let's begin by starting on column 7. So what we would really like to begin with is, to be honest, we want a stick. Let's get a stick as soon as possible. Oh God. Let's go for the D. It's water. Now, one of the things that is good is we can carry as many resources as we want until the end of our turn. But this is fine because what we'll do, it's only water. So we're just going to take water and we're going to put it in our fatigue water spot. And if we can't find a stick, or we don't want to give away a stick, we can remove that water so we don't get a fatigue thing. Ooh, we didn't look. Right, the challenges. I have shuffled them, but I want to do it again I'm not very good at shuffling. Mush, mush. This one. Right, it's been shuffled. I'm going to pick this card and this card. Right, there we go. These are the cards that we're going to use. So, day one, we've got to find a stick. Nice and easy, question mark. Day two, we have to build a fishing pole. That's not happening. I'll tell you why that's not happening. Because we need a vine, okay? We need a vine, and vines are in this kind of area. We don't know how many rocks there are, but they're all the way over there. I hate you. And if we fail, we lose 2 water, and we get this one. This thing here, I think it just locks our spaces so we can carry it less. And we don't want that because that's boo. We'll look into that. We'll figure that out. We'll figure it out. We'll jump off that bridge as and when we get to it. I think that's the saying. And our next one is rainstorm. We have to build a shelter. Are you being an idiot? Okay, we have to build a shelter, which is very expensive in our first week. First day? Weekday. It's our first day. So we have to build a fishing rod. Yay. But it does give us an additional food if we already have a fire. But then in the rainstorm, we're going to lose a fire if we have a fire. I guess it came out in the best way. For our character, because I only know Lewis, it kind of seemed useful. We're going to stick with Lewis. Yay! We might change it up a little bit in the live stream. I'm going to allow you to pick. And that's going to be my downfall. Compass. It's the same one from the training mission. If you correctly guess the terrain you're about to explore, discard that path token. It's going to be good because we're going to do math. Flint, exhaust. Build a fire for 1 stone or 1 wood, because 1 wood is worth 1 wood. Tracking guide. Explore. Exhaust after explore. Do not gain the resource or water from exploring. Discard that path token and explore again. This could be a saving grace. And then this is likely going to be off screen. You get this if you're new to the game and you're a little wuss. And I'm a little wuss. Training gear, medicine. It does not count towards your gear limit. In single player, you're allowed 3. This you get additional. It does not count. And you can exhaust to refresh 1 character or gear. But it does give us... Oh, in fact, no, it doesn't. Minus 5 points in a 2, 3, or 4 player game. Does not count towards gear limit. This is just a freebie for solo. It is going to be there, but it's off screen. Quite a bit of this area is going to be a bit messy, but I'll try and keep you in the loop with what's happening over here as and when we're using it. Right, we have found a single water. Now we know that this, or this. Are we going to go OTT? Are we going to go OTT with this? This could be a stick. This could be a stick, and this could be a stick. The sooner we find that stick, the better, but we also need to get to there, now that we know what these are. If we knew what these are first, we might have gone up here and gone straight across, but that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're going to go this way, so we don't know what it is. We hope it's a stick. It's a stick. So we get the stick. We have 1 stick. Now, we need another stick. We might decide at the end of this 5 days, we might decide not to give up our 1 stick and still get the food, discard the water because it's going to be a pain because it's in our way. And if we still have that at the end of the 5 turns, and we've had 2 so far, then we will get fatigued and bad things happen with fatigue. So we might keep our stick. But we now know that there can be no stick in here and no more stick in there. So if we need to look for another stick, not in these. We're going to try and keep on top of our math and figure this out as we go along. Do we know anything else now? Not really. At the moment, we don't have that much information, so we're going to carry on this way, and we got a build a shelter. Okie dokie do. So this one is we can place a shelter here, which we definitely want to do as soon as possible. And to build a shelter, we need a stick, a mud, or a skull. So we are a stick and a mud and a skull. You know what I mean. You're following along. You're super intelligent, sexy people. But it doesn't do anything, I don't think. We still have to use the path token, which is a pain, but we just carry on, and we are kind of beelining straight towards this rock here. So we can either go this way and that way, or that way and this way. We'll go here. We've got a vine. Right. Okie dokie dokie do. We need the vine, so this is extremely good. Extremely good, because now we've completed fishing. We're not bothered about approach the arch. We're kind of risking it, but we also know that this could be a rock, and this could be a rock, and this could be a rock. Now, we need a rock, I think. Do we need a rock? No, we don't need a rock. We need some mud. Mud is near rocks. These are rocks. So we kind of want to go up because mud is next to water and rocks. So we need to find one of those. And then we'll move forward from there. How many goes have we gone? 1, 2, 3, 4. So one more turn. We're going to go up here. We have found a rock. That is my 5th go. And at this point, I'm going to take a sip of water. We have done one day. We have done, not even one day, we've done one card. Right. So, at this point, good things are here. Very good things are here. Because we do need a fire before the end of day 3. So we could do with another rock. Yeah. Okay. So, what we're going to do is we are going to say, you know what? Don't have a stick. It's my stick. As long as you trust the stick will lead the way. So we're going to keep the stick, so we're going to fail. We still get our food. So I don't know where the food token is that we've used previously, but we get a food. We keep the stick. We fail, so we have to discard a water. So we take the off the board, which takes us out of fatigue. So when we remove this, when revealed, minus water if fatigued, and resolve any monster that has consequences. So, we're smart. We did it good. We are not fatigued because we chose to fail this and get rid of that water that was making us fatigued. We need to put this somewhere. I'm going to put it up here, and that is our discard pile in a really convenient place. Next, we have 3 turns to get a stick. Done. A vine. Done. And water. Sure. Now, rocks are impassable. I need another rock, so we cannot explore that way. What we have to do is either go up here and see if this is a rock, because that could be a rock. I'm running out of rock things. Where are all my rocks? I've got 2 more potential rock tokens. So let's get these on the board. Now that could potentially be a rock, and that could potentially be a rock. I think we want to just carry on going that way, to be honest. So let us risk it. Dang. We found a prick. All right, let me stack these up. You're done, son. Okay. So that's 1 for that, and we found a prick. Now, when we reveal quick rules check, so I'm still here. If you are looking, draw a threat card and see skull terrain for further things. So we draw a threat card. So our threat, we place a skull token in the leftmost empty space. Ooh, This is good. I've just smushed everything on the thing, but we've got a skull token. We needed this. I'm the best at games. I knew what I was doing. Right, so, oh no, we're in fatigue. Scary. What could possibly go wrong? I'm the best at games. Misfortune, frostbite. You cannot kill monsters while this card is in play. How to remove, have the mushroom house and fire. This is fine. This is okay. We're not worried about this, and it's not a prick. So, good. We've got this, we've got that. We've only taken the one turn. We've already completed this, and we're working on doing this. Now, as a free action, we can... oh, no. We need a stick. Darn. Okay, so we still need a stick to build the shelter, and we've got 5 turns to get a stick. We know that there isn't a stick in this row, so we need to kind of branch off. If that's a stick, we're doomed. We've got 5 turns, so it might be worth checking all of these. It's risky, but if we do check all of them and find a stick... a skull's got a different resource next to it. There are 4 resources, correct? Maybe. Oh no. We're going to check this one. That's a stick. Hear me out. Okay. That's a stick. Manifest it with me. That's a rock. Maybe. That's a vine. That cannot be a stick because that's a stick. That has to be a stick. If that's not a stick, it's water. And if it's water, there's a stick nearby. Maybe. We're going to do it. Right. Turn it over. And we've got... gads. We got a water. It's still fine. Oh no, all my water has moved. Am I in fatigue? Am I not in fatigue? We will never know. I'm not. I just moved it back. It were easy. Right. Okay. We've got one more, and then we need a fire. Ooh. Oh no. That's what I was doing. We needed a fire to get additional food. Right. We're going to go for this one and hope it is a rock. It's a rock. Excellent. This is good. So, can I do that now? Explore. Before or after explore? Yeah, build a fire. So we're going to get rid of the 2 rocks. We're going to build a fire. And then, I think that's all we need to do. So we get to end the day. Okay? We end the day. We have a fire, so we get extra food, which is nice. Always nice. But we have to also discard a stick, a vine, and a water. And then, where did I see the extra food? Because we passed and we have a fire, we get extra food. And we don't have any fatigue consequences. You can go over there. We still need a stick or mud. Stick or mud. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Now. Mud is up there somewhere. We've got 3 chances. If we hope... Damn it. We need a stick. And we need a stick. We need a stick. Or mud. We need a stick or mud. Do we risk just going up here? Yep. Yeah, we do. Don't be a rock. You're a skull. Okay. Okay. This is okay. Everything is okay. Everything's okay. I'm not panicking. On skull, we take a skull. So let's get another skull into our backpack. These are good. And then it's a Minotaur. Place a Minotaur token on if they explored skull token. Minotaur token goes there. Yeah, that's a bit janky. What happens? So, If day, exploit skull token. If night, roll reward is multiplied. In fact, discard any one resource or water to explore a path in its row or column. Why I order. Right, we are now at a little bit of a annoyance. Oh, we could have used the flint to get a fire. We didn't look at this. Right. Do not gain the resource or water from exploring. Discard the path token and explore again. That could be dangerous. Could be dangaroos. We don't want it to be dangaroos. We need to risk it. But mud. Do we want to get rid of a skull? Or are skulls going to be useful later? We can't actually kill the Minotaur yet. We need to get rid of Frostbite because that's another reason why we can't kill a Minotaur. We've got plenty of food, which could be a negative. We need to build a shelter, which needs mud or a stick. We could just risk it. We've got 2 explorers. Let's go. You're a stick. Best at games is a stick. I'm just the best. Is a stick. Right, we've got a stick. Why did we need a stick? Oh, placing a shelter. Yeah, boy. So we'll spend a skull and a stick. Place the shelter just there. We've got the mushroom, which means we get no fatigue penalty. We've got 1 more explore. And it is going to cost us a fire, by the way. Is this negative fire plus destiny card. So we've got a success because we built a shelter. We wanted a shelter early. Good things are happening. We've got 1 more explore. We want to look for a field of dreams. Is a vine. That's no good. Right, so we'll take the vine and we have succeeded. So we do get rid of the fire, unfortunately, but we do get a destiny card. We've not yet played with these. Make a deal. Discard. Look at 1 path directly west of each TP. Super useful. Super useful. But we do have that, so we can use that. It is off screen, so please shout as loud as you can so it goes back in time to make sure I remember to do that. But we did pass, and yeah, that's good. It is good. We then do end of day. Feed your troops at the end of the day. We negative a food, and we're done. Then we survived, proceed to night. If there are no monsters in play, reveal a new threat card. There is. So I assume we do... No, there is... We killed the prick so quickly last time, I didn't even check to see what happened. But that's it. No monsters in play, reveal a new threat card, refresh our characters and gear. We need to just use this. We were very silly not using any of this. It refreshes each time, so we need to just get straight into that. And reveal 3 new challenge cards. So shuffles, because why not? It makes no difference. And then here we go. Oh, all of these can buggery offry as well. Please have good days for us today. I can see a 3. 3s don't look good. Right, so it is mud, rock, water, and we get a stick. Oh my days, that's atrocious. Like, that is beyond bad. If we fail, we lose everything. Okay, that's not good. So we are going to just run up there, and it is going to cost us quite a bit. We get these 3. I'm not happy with that one. Next up, we've got bug infestation. We need 2 mud. Okay. Sure, we are just running around this area for quite some time, and we still get a locked thing. My goodness. How do we get rid of them? I think at this point we are going to go to the rules and have a look at what the little thingy ones are. Sample tokens. How do we get rid of sample tokens? Can we just discard them? Is there a rule? Sam, are you on the back? It doesn't look like... There must be a way to get rid of sample tokens. There must be a way to get rid of sample tokens. I am shocked. Right, so I think sample tokens must be a nightmare then, because that locks us out of 2. But it doesn't look as though... Free actions. Remove a threat card, discard a resource token. Does that mean we can just discard it? That would be silly though, wouldn't it? Maybe we're just stuck with it for the rest of the game. Okay, until we find out, which isn't going to be in this episode, we're just stuck with them. That's bad. That reduces the amount that we can carry a lot. Right, so we need mud, we need rock, we need to go up. Otherwise, we're doomed. I think we might just be doomed. I think we can pass through that, but we still have to spend a resource. So we are going to do this, and we're going to spend a skull, but then we are going to explore this way. Oh, I forgot to put the thing on the thing. So but we do get a rock. We needed a mud. So it means that we can go up one more time. And we got a water, which is bad. This is bad. Okay. So we fail. So we lose 3 water. We lose 2 sticks. We don't have 2 sticks. We just lose 1 stick. And we lose our shelter. So we're back with fatigue penalty. Boo. This is not going well. We needed that shelter. So we're going to have to build the shelter again. Wait, apologies, we are going to retcon a little bit. We had both of them at the same time, so we get to discard that one. You're gone. If you got that first, do leave a comment down below, and we'll move forward from there. Brilliant. At least we're not fatigued, we're just doomed. So we are going to... Oh, we needed to lose a resource for... moving in the same column as well. Big on water. Okay, we're going to move over here. We've finally got mud, so that's good. We got our mud, and then we want to go over again and hope for mud. Yes, but it's still kind of bad. Like, it is not brilliant that we've got this. Right, let us have a quick look at where we are on the board, because we do need a fire, which means we need another rock. We can get that quite easily, so that's going to be going down. But let's have a look where sticks can be. So a stick cannot be here or here. We're fairly sure that that's a rock. Okay, should we take our turn? Should we take our turn? Should we take our final turn before we move on to cold snap? So we're going to take this. That's a rock. We thought it was a rock. We're going to spend our 2 stone and we're going to get fire, and that's fine. Okay, so we've got that and that. We now have fire, which we needed for cold snap. We've got the 2 mud required, so we pass, but we don't have a thing, but we do have the sample token. I do hope there's a way to get rid of sample tokens, because otherwise, damn. Right. Cool. We passed. So all we need here is water and fire. We've got fire, we've got water, we've also got food for later, but let's do our quick math. So we know that sticks cannot be here, so these still could be sticks. We haven't really got too far into what we need to do yet, but we know we have already completed this. So we need to look for water. So that's water. Okay? That is water. Now, the reason for that is mud. Let's get the big board. Mud is always orthogonally adjacent to water and rock. That's a rock. That's a mud. That's a water. So what we can do, because we need to get some more water because we are losing water quite quickly. If you correctly guess the terrain you're about to explore, discard the path token. That's the wrong one. If you gain a resource or water, gain 2 instead of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to use you, and we're going to use you. It's water. We're going to get 2 water. We guessed it, so we get the path token because we want to just try and extend this turn as much as we want. We could have just... Ooh, who pointed that one out in the comments? You win a prize. So we build a fire for just 1 rock or stick. But this is a water. Okay, it is indeed a water. We discard this. This does not count towards our limit, and we do get 2 waters. Right. Okay. We don't need any of this. So what do we need to do, really? We've got 3 turns. What are we looking for? We're looking for forts. This is what we're desperate for. Forts are next to sticks and teepees. We have yet to see a teepee. If this is a teepee, yeah, it's going to cost us a resource. Let's check here. Are we ready? Not good. But it does mean that there is food and a stick next to it. So it's 1 though. Or can it be multiple? Can it be multiple? So we know that that could be food. Let me get some more food tokens. We don't specifically need a food yet, but it is good to know that these are potentially food. Now, we don't need the food. That's the thing. So we're kind of risky. How about we check this corner? Yeah, is a stick. Okay, is a stick. We probably are going to need a stick, so we shouldn't mock the stick. We've still got our destiny, which we can't use. So that's the second one. So let's go down from the stick, and it's water. This is not, oh, wrong way. This is not going the way I had hoped. So if we do this, we get to discard a threat card and draw a new one. Is that right? No, we get a destiny card if we get that one. So what we might do is get a new destiny card next turn. So we need fire and to discard 2 water. We did. We pass. We get one of these. We get another. Okay. Hopefully there's a way to get rid of them that I have missed, and it's somewhere super obvious and you're all screaming at me, and next video we can just go, oh, you just spend fire and you get rid of them. Yay. Okay, but we did pass, so they can go. At the end of the day, go over there. At the end of the day, we feed the troops. We've managed to do that, so that can go away. And at night, if there are no monsters in play, there are. It's annoying, super annoying. And then we draw 3 more challenge cards. 1, 2, 3. So, keep food cool. We need a stick, a skull, or a rock, and some water. We've got 2 chances to find that. Amazing. I hope there's more rocks. I really hope there's more rocks. Oh yeah, these get refreshed as well. Okay, we get a landslide. We need a stick, a skull, and 2 water. And if we pass, we lose our house again. Oh my goodness. And monster tracks, we need a stick, a skull, and water. And if we pass, we look at 1 path adjacent to an already explored path. If it's a skull, minus water. That doesn't sound positive. We need lots of skulls. Skulls, don't really say where they are. We need teepees. Teepees are somewhere. Teepees are somewhere near the skull. Okay, we missed this. Teepees are somewhere near a skull. So we are going to check this one. It's going to be a teepee. It's a fort. It's a fort. It's a fort. What does that mean? Right, it's a fort. We needed that, but this is a fail. That's going to be three water. But right, so we know where a teepee is. Okay, we do know where a teepee is, so we can use the teepee on reveal question mark to trade one resource or water for another thing, so we can trade a vine for a rock and survive this madness. Okay, I think this is a teepee. Right, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. This is the order. So a teepee has to be next to the fort, and a stick has to be next to the teepee. So if the teepee was there, the stick would be there. If the teepee is there, the stick is there. This is a teepee. Teepee! I'm the best at games. Right, so we're going to trade this useless vine, for whatever it was that I said we needed, a rock. We're going to get a rock. We're still really not in a good way, because right, so the next problem, there's more problems. There are more problems. That could be a teepee. Could be a teepee. That could be a teepee. Because we've got this, which allows us to look at one space directly west. So we need more teepees, so then we get more benefit. I'm not crazy. Right, so we pass this one. We get food for passing because we had a fire, but we discard these and we no longer have them, and that's bad. So we need to find a skull. It could be anywhere. Right, but hear me out. Why am I thinking hear me out? There has to be a skull in one of these three. Okay? A teepee is always orthogonally or diagonally adjacent to a skull. A skull can only have a different resource next to it. That doesn't help at all. And we've got three chances. We've got three chances to find it. We've got three chances to find the skull, but we also need a stick. Okay. That's a stick. Wait, let my brain catch up. That has to be a stick. That's a stick, so that can't have a stick there. That's a stick, so that can't have a stick there. That's a stick. Now, what we're going to do, we are going to exhaust. Do we need multiple sticks? We need multiple sticks. So we're going to exhaust these two again. Okay? We're going to exhaust these two again. And that means this being a stick, question mark. My goodness. The numbers, they're all coming. That's a stick. We're gonna figure out where the last stick is in a second. But let us just do this. We have turned Lewis round. If you gain a resource or water, gain 2 instead. That gives us 2 sticks. Then we just need 2 skulls. Nightmare. Utter nightmare. And we don't spend a sun getting this stick. This is a stick. That can't be a stick. That can't be a stick. That has to be a stick. This can go bye-bye. We get 2 sticks. We need 2 skulls, but we don't have space for 2 skulls, question mark. We can carry as much as we want until our end of our turn. That's the rule. But what does that mean? What does it mean? What's the interpretation? Okay, so we know that's a stick. Now, we know that, oh, wait, no, back to why that's a stick. So that can't be a stick, that can't be a stick. That can't be a stick. That can't be a stick. These can't be sticks. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. That might be a stick. That might not be a stick. That might not be a stick. I just think that's a stick. I do. I just think that's a stick. Okay. This one here, the tracking guide. Do not gain the resource or water from exploring. Discard the path token and explore again. So we can just waste one of these. And I think we're going to. I think if we explore this and prove that this is a stick, so that's a stick. See, we don't get the resource, but we also don't need the path token. So far we're doing okay. Which means that that is not a stick, but that is definitely a stick. So we know where there is a stick if we need a stick later. What we desperately need is... We found that. We should have revealed that ages ago. We can discard a destiny card, a food, and a water to kill the prick. So we're going to do that. Yeah. Is this a good idea? At one point, I think I knew what food was. So we're going to discard you, gone. You, gone. You are gone. Get away from me. So that's done. We're good. Discard after use. Gone. We no longer have that destiny card, so that's gone. We've killed the prick. Right. We've also revealed the destiny card. Weather Vane, discard. Look at the top 2 cards in the challenge deck. Put one back on top of the deck and one on the bottom. We're going to be using that because we are not doing well. I don't know. It feels like we could be doing well, but at the same time, we could be doing awful. We still need a skull. Skulls are near teepees. So we still know that one of these 3 is a skull. We've got 3 turns to find a skull. But we need to find another skull. Let's risk it for a biscuit and say it's this one. I was going to go for that one, but I've got a cheeky feeling about this one. Let's do it. Cheeky feeling, cheeked and field. Okay, reveal a new threat. It's a prick. Place Minotaur token on explored skull terrain. Yeah. Effect, discard any 1 resource. It's the same one, so that's fine. Nightmare. Okay, so we've got a skull token. We should have kept this. I believe we should have kept this. Okay. We've got enough to do that. However, we're not really doing well with finding things, which means, I think, again, hear me out. A TP is over here. A TP is good. A TP is required. I could. Right. One of these is a TP. That's a stick. Wait. Wait. Yes. No. No. One of these 3 is a TP. Okay? So, TPs are orthogonally or diagonally adjacent to a skull. These are not TPs. We know this to be true. So that is a stick. We know that is definitely a stick, so we're just going to turn that over. We are that confident that you're a stick. You're a stick. Trust in the stick will lead the way. One of these is a TP. We don't need it yet, annoyingly. Because what we want to do is look elsewhere. Because one of these is a TP as well. TPs are good. What do we need? What do we need? We need so many things. Right, we've got 2 spaces and we're fine. We need to just reveal this. If we reveal this, we get another destiny card. Why did I show you this when I want to show you that? it's a vine, so we're going to take the vine, and now we're going to reveal a teepee. Let me math. So we've got one more turn. That or that, or that or that, are teepees. Is there any other way to know where a teepee is? No. Right. So I think we're going to risk it. We are going to go straight in here for a teepee. Okay. We do need water, so that's okay. And at the end of that turn, we have to spend a stick, a skull, and 2 water, and then we get a rock. Really? Okay. Get rid of you, a stick, a skull. You move down, and we gain a rock. Nice. We are not doing well on finding the forts. Do we know? Where are forts? Forts don't tell us where they are. They're just somewhere on the map. We are doing super bad. But we do have 3 chances to find a skull. We're not bothered about a skull. We want a teepee. That's a teepee. Without a shadow of a doubt, that's a teepee. It's a teepee. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thought? Should we get rid of a vine or a rock? I guarantee. Right, I'm going to discard our weather vane to look at the top 2 cards in the challenge deck just to see what we're going to get. Okay, so be gone. Shoo. 1 and 2. So, both of them need vines. If we get, what? I don't get it. If we have a space, we gain a... I think if that means if we have a space for it, we gain shelter. I can't read that in any other way. So if we pass, we get a shelter. This one can get in the bin. So we're going to pop that back in front. So we do need the rock and the vine, but we also need the stick. What's going to be the easiest to get? None of it. Right, so it doesn't really matter because we know that one of these is a teepee. So that's fine for later. What we'll do is we will get... Oh, we know where a stick is, so we'll get rid of the stick. We need the stick. That doesn't help. We'll get rid of the rock. Rock's gone. We'll get the skull. Now, because of my preambling ramble, you might have wondered why we did that. You might have forgotten already. It's because we had a teepee that allows us to trade 1 resource or water for any other resource or water. We're amazing. Right, so we're sorted on that one. We've got 2 more to do. Okay. What do we want? Do we just want to get the stick? I've already forgotten what it is. No, actually, we want to have a look at what these are. So we're going to go down from this water and we're going to see mud. Mud is not good, but we will take the mud. We don't want to do any of them. Right, we're going to use our medicine to refresh a gear. Are we doing this correctly? Refresh a character or gear. No, maybe? Yes. Think about it. We've got 1 turn left. We want to, if we use this, and then you put this back in. So we're going to do this to refresh this tracking guide. The tracking guide exhausts after explore. Do not gain the resource or water from exploring. Discard that path token, explore again. So we want to give this. We've got 1 turn. That gives us 2 turns. Now, we're not looking for anything in particular, but we do want to open things up. We know that that's one of them is a TP, so that's going to be useful for later. So we want to have a look down here. We've got some food. Oh my giddy aunt. I forgot we needed food. And now we've got food. Okay. This is fine. Right, so we discard a stick and a skull and a water, and we pass. Oh my goodness, that could have been so bad. I forgot we needed food. Look at one path adjacent to an already explored path. If it's a skull, minus water. So we can look at any path. I think we just look at it and then put it back. So I don't think we get to remove it because it just says look at. Now, I'm going to look at this one because I think that's a teepee. And the reason I think that's a teepee is food has a teepee diagonally from it. So I'm going to have a look. Are you a teepee? But no, that can't be a teepee. That's a fort. I'm still going to look at it. I'm going to have a look, and we're going to have a look, and we're going to see it's a teepee. What? 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 Okay. Is there a teepee tag? There isn't. Remember, that's a teepee. Remember, Simba. Oh, there is a teepee tag. My goodness. You're a teepee. Doesn't make sense. And I'll tell you why it doesn't make sense. Because a teepee is... Oh, wait. Does it make sense? If that's a fort, does it make sense? Does it make sense if that's a fort? I don't know. I don't know. Because a fort has to have is next to a teepee and a stick. Okay? The stick's there. That can't be a stick. Can that be a fort? And then the stick would be here? Does that math? Does that math? We've already achieved this, so that can just be gone anyway. It doesn't matter. Right. We are not doing well in any of this at all. But we're not dead yet. So, pass. We had food. I can't believe I forgot about food. That is dangaroos. We do have our strong wind, which I am reading, and please do correct me in the comments below if this is wrong. And well on you for staying this far into the video. That means we get the shelter. It's pointless because of them idiots. But we need a rock, we need a vine, which we've got, and we need water. Brilliant, we've got all of that. We still haven't got a way to kill this guy. That's a nightmare, but that does give us 3 turns. Next up, we've got quicksand. We need a rock or a stick and a vine, and then we get some mud. K. And school of fish, build a net. We need so many things. One of them is actually mud, though, so that's cool. I'm panicking. We haven't found any of the things that we actually need to win this game. Any of them. Okay, none of them. Refreshed. Revealed. Okay. I'm going to reveal the fort, because we know that's a fort. Okay? Reveal the fort. So now that we've revealed the fort, we find and kill a monster card. It takes 2 sticks and a skull. We know where 1 stick is. We don't know where any skulls are. Okay. That could be a skull, and that could be a skull. Right. So, that is it. That is the only thing that can be. So we're going to check this one and hope that that is a skull. Then, but we don't have a rock. We need a rock. But if we go to this, then we lose. If we go to that, we lose an item. But we could double our items. we could check this one first, see if this is a rock. Okay, we're going to check this one first, see if it's a rock. It's a rock. Okay. So we've completed that one, but we are running out of water. We're running out of everything, including chances. We need a skull. We've got one more turn. It doesn't really matter what we're doing, but we're going to... It's a skull. Yes. We get the skull. It does mean we get another threat card. And in this one, it's a Minotaur. It's the same thing. We can't check in the rows of the columns. And we get a new... What have we got? Are you a Minotaur? You can be a Minotaur. There's many tokens. So we can't... it costs us extra to spend in those, which is a nightmare because we need that TP. Okay. Crying. Crying internally. And we get rid of the water, but we did do that. Means we do pass, which fatigue doesn't really matter because we can't get enough to get fatigue. However, we can kill the prick because what we can do is we're going to use the researcher but we need 3. I don't think there's any more rocks. Quite frankly, I don't think there's any more rocks. I am going to also guess the terrain card so we can get rid of this one. So we do have the 2 sticks. 2 sticks, where's my other stick? So that is 2 sticks, so we can discard 2 sticks and a skull. So we can discard all 3 of those. And that means we can kill one of the Minotaurs. It doesn't really matter which. So we're going to go with you. This is not good. What happens? What happens if we fail this one? We get another of those. We've done this. You 2 are dead. We are 1 away from winning. Okay, we are 1 away from winning. Now, we just need to kill that guy to win, and it doesn't matter if we don't do these, so we need water. Oh, but that costs us a resource to get water, you... That's water. That is water. I'm 90% sure that's water. So, where could the last fort be? There. That has to be the last fort. That has to be water. Does it? Does that have to be water? That has to be water, right? Next to a stick. So we know that's water. What we're going to do is we are going to use our training medicine to do this one, and then we are going to use this, and we're going to reveal that to be 2 water. So what I did down there was basically use my medicine to refresh Lewis. Lewis gives us 2 of the resources that we got down there, because what's going to happen next is we're going to fail. We're just going to fail because there's no way that I can get what I need in the time I need it. So we failed. That's fine. But we need to spend a water to reveal this, which is going to be the fort. If this is not the fort, I think we're kind of dead. It's food. It's food. Okay. How did our math go wrong on that one? Where can the final fort be? Why did I think that was the fort? Fort is next to a teepee and a stick. Where's another teepee and a stick? That cost me a water to do that. Where's another teepee? Right. Okay. We've got 1 chance, and it doesn't matter. We just need... If that's a teepee, that means that's the fort, which gives us our final thing. Okay? So what we're going to use is we're going to use our tracking guide because we don't need a TP at this precise moment in time. So we just want to get rid of that. That's a TP. We can get rid of that because we've used our tracking guide. That means that's the fort. That's going to cost us 1 to reveal. But when we fail, we're going to have to get rid of the mud to reveal this because the Minotaur's there. It is the fort. We get the final how to kill a Minotaur thing. It's mud and vines. It's mud and vines. We can't do it. Ugh, there's no way. Right, because we need. Oh, you taking the Michael? I don't. We needed. We fail, and if we pass, we would have got the mud. So we lose 2 water. Now we have 3 turns. Okay, we've got 3 turns to get mud and a vine. It can't be done. So what we'll do is we're going to have a look at this one. If this is mud, it isn't. And I discarded a food to find out that there's a fort in there. And I've lost a sun token. There are no more rocks, so there's no more vines. There's only 3 forts, so there's no more TPs except for that one, which costs us to get to. But we didn't have to spend... Right, let's have your food. I'm not bothered about food. I need 2 of something. So I need to spend 2 to get TP. What do I need? A vine. I can't get a vine. There's no vines. There's no vines. There's no mud. There's nothing. It can't be done. Question mark. Can it be done? We should have drawn so many Destiny cards, by the way. I'm going to take a Destiny card just to see if it could have helped. Hey, you know what? We should have had this. We're going to give it a go. When a TP is found, trade 1 resource or water for any other 2 other resources or water. Yes, we should have had that. It's a bit retcon. It's a bit meta. We need to just get 1 resource. We've got 3 turns to do it in. No, we don't. We need to get 2 resources. Please be a resource. It is not a resource. Oh no. Let me just when the TP is found, trade 1 resource or water for any. There's nothing that I can do. There's nothing. Okay, so we're going to just reveal this, and that is going to be some food. So we do have food. So there, 2 go on there. Now, if, wait. No, we can't do it. Because we have to spend a resource to get in there. Okay. There's only... There could be another TP. Could be another TP. TP is diagonal or orthogonal to a... Dang. There isn't another TP, is there? Okay, let's turn over this one, and it doesn't count. That doesn't help, but it doesn't count. It does tell us a fort. It's not useful. Can't go there. Let's turn over that one. It's food. It's food. It's food. So we fail. We fail. Okay. We're dead. The Minotaurs win. We died. I'll tell you something. I think it's a one-time play because I now kind of know where these are. So I don't think we're going to do this one again. We're so close. So close. I cannot wait. Cannot wait for the live version of this. So, yeah, thank you for joining me on this epic fail. If I did do some math wrong, and we could have resolved that quite easily, let me know. And yeah, episode 2 will be next Friday. We're going to do these on Fridays for a little bit. We'll see how they go and how you like them, because they are long episodes. So we'll see how they fit. And live stream, we are going to do Flora. We're going to do Flora, which is the one where the killer Flora. Sure. And this thing. Sure. I don't know what that is either. Kill all existing and future Minotaurs. Okay. That's going to be fun, but we're doing that together, so you can't blame me. I didn't lose my mind. I think I'm still together, but thank you all very much for joining us. If you've made it this far, do comment "Hail the Meeple" down below. We're still trying to make that work. And until we convene again, thank you for joining us.